So Joe Habaika is the Republican chair, city of Utica, who's in studio with us right now. David wants to pipe in. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, gentlemen. How you doing today?
Good. What's up?
Just wanted to respond, make a couple points over here, and you guys could, I don't want to bicker with you or banter, but
yeah.
A few of the points. Well, the first point I want to make, Bill, is the fact that you mentioned about Sweden. That's like you kind of alluded to the theory that was fake news. That was based on a documentary and Swedish government statistics. All right, that documentary was done on Swedish government statistics.
No, that's not true.
Irrefutable.
I'm not going to argue with you, but I'm just saying that's not true. But part of what you're
I've seen them interview the man that made the documentary.
Part of what you're saying is true.
Either he's up there BSing everybody, or it is the truth. It's one of the two. That's point number one. Point number two. We're $20 trillion in debt. You do run the country like a business, otherwise we're not going to have a country. All right? China is going to end up owning us. Point number
They already own us.
Hold on, Joe. He doesn't want to bicker. Let him go.
It's about time we turn it around, don't you think?
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
no.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. You don't want to turn that around. Point
no, we want to
three,
turn it around, but it's not some magic wand that's all of a sudden.
I know, but you got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
Okay.
They said, "What's Trump going to do? Wave a magic wand and bring jobs back?" He's been in office 2 months. Look what he's done.
Yeah.
Point number three. And my final point, and then I'll let you guys go.
Okay. Right.
You say Trump is reaping what he has sowed. The press is reaping what they have sowed for the last 20 years. They're an agenda-driven organization. This guy is where he is with no help from anybody. They fudged everything. They fed Hillary Clinton questions before debates. They impugned him. They made fun of him. He knocked off 16 competitors by himself. No help. The American people have had enough. They've had enough, and you could just peel the layers off like an onion. This country's in trouble, and I think this guy's going to turn it around. And that's it. I just want to make a couple points.
There will be no bickering, David. No bickering, and no the other one that you said. We're not going to do that. So
agree to disagree.
Okay. Thank you, David. Although we are going to talk about you when you're gone, just so you know.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Thanks, Dave. I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
I think we ought to stop. I think we ought to just stop talking about whether or not he's gotten elected or how he got elected. The fact of the matter is, he is the president. It is now history.
Yeah.
So let's move forward.
Yeah, it is not even about how big
and
the
going back and talking about the inauguration crowd and talking about how many votes you got. He doesn't. Nobody. The supporters don't like when they talk about the fact that he lost the popular vote, and everybody else is talking about the fact that how many times do you have to go back and say that you won?
If anything, the thing that kills me about today right now is anything other than blind support is the enemy.
This is America.
By the way, the
it's
liberal,
complex
you're
citizenship.
automatically a liberal wacko if you question anything. And by the way, the Sweden thing, the Swedish government completely contests the results of this guy's documentary. And this was a documentary that was on Fox News.
It's a cover-up,
the night before, but
it was a cover-up.
It was the night before, and then the next day, the president talked about it as if there was an episode the night before. What he was referring to was
it's a cover-up.
What he was watching on TV, and what the people in Sweden, the government in Sweden, is saying is maybe you should rely on actual facts and figures from your national security and from the people that do that work, as opposed to watching something on TV and then repeating it as if it's fact. So, David, I don't completely, I can't agree with you on that. It is not Swedish facts and figures because the Swedish government completely denies. And by the way, there hasn't been an attack in Sweden. So it's been years, and the one that did happen was homegrown.
He hasn't missed a free throw in almost 90 tries.
Here's John.
Here we go.
Here's John. I'll take you, John, before I break. Hi, John.
Yeah, how you doing? I'm not up on the Swedish country thing that's talking about, but I heard the last caller about running the country as a business, and someone disagrees. Everybody can agree to disagree. That's not the point. The point is this: I think that and I may be wrong, but I'm just a working man. I'm middle class, and the people whose income relies on the economy,
Yeah.
I think, have had, like you said, had enough. Now, there's a lot of incomes that don't rely on the economy. I'm not going to mention any, but when the economy goes up, these people who work in these professions do good. When the economy goes down, these people in the professions do good. And you know who you are, and there's no problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. But don't say, if you have that job, don't say that, the country is good. The country's great. The country's doing good. And maybe they haven't said that, really. But the working guy, the guy that goes to work every day, punches a clock, gets a paycheck at the end of the day, and now with health insurance costs going up 50%, 100% over the last couple of years. I mean, come on, you got to realize these are the people that are hurting.
Yeah.
And,
well, that's why Trump was elected, right? I mean, it really was the working public that really stood up. It was
there's a lot of working public, okay? And whether you're in a profession or you're working, you're working construction or you're
Donald
working,
Trump
the reality is it's all about disposable income. Having available disposable income to spend on things is very, very important for the economics of all kinds of communities. Small communities, large cities. But the question that's going to come up.
Well, hold on, let Joe finish.
Let me just finish. The question that's going to come up is whether or not his economic policies, which have not really been presented to us, the ideas have been presented to us, but the actual mechanisms, whether or not those economic policies and mechanisms are going to put more money in our pockets. The reality is that we're all looking to save bucks on payment of taxes. We'd all like to make sure that inflation does not, continue to erode our paychecks.
Or John, what do you do for a living?
Or the reduction in the number of job opportunities because of the fact that costs have gone up. So now you have to make a choice. You have to pay your insurance. You have to pay for different things.
John,
somebody has to suffer from it.
What do you do for a living, John?
I'm an auto mechanic for an independent shop.
All right, so and his wages go. I think there's a huge divide between those that are the CEOs. You don't think the divide is bigger than ever?
The CEOs of Fortune 500 companies are different than the average person working
company
somewhere
profits versus John, who wants a better salary.
I can tell you that as John's economic health improves, it's the better it is for a community because he has the ability to go and support a restaurant and go out to dinner. He has the ability to pay for a professional consult or some services that he's going to need. It's important. So John, I think he's right on that point for sure.
John,
I'm just hoping it translates.
Could I just ask one personal question?
Sure.
The anti-lock brake, I have a Toyota, and it is, just hear me out here. Driving in this morning, the thing that, it's a little icon that has like a swervy mark, that light came on my dash, and then the check engine light came on. What in the hell is going on?
Well, how old is your car?
I get to 198,000 miles right now, but we're still going strong.
Oh, yeah, you're going strong, but what's going to happen now, cars are so electronically driven that you take it into a shop, and it's some relay hidden away somewhere else that's driven by another relay.
Yeah.
That's governed by another relay.
Yeah.
So by the time you're done with this small light that is meaningless, you spent hundreds of dollars in 2 or 3 days in the shop replacing a multitude of relays, and now your light goes off.
John,
so
it's
you know
like
what you do?
Yeah.
You get your brakes checked. 190,000 miles on a car. You get your brakes checked. Have it safety inspected. Yeah. Everything is up to snuff. Everything's good. Put a piece of black tape over the light.
Okay. All right. I love that advice.
Let them plug.
Or maybe it's time I pick up something else.
I think it's time you pick up something. Yeah. The relays will empty your pocket.
I listen, every time I take this vehicle in, $900, $1,000, $1,200. It's like every couple of months I'm saying. But listen, I am 3 months away from paying this thing off, and damn it all, I want to spend at least 1 month without an auto payment. Just 1 month.
How many miles you put on a year?
A lot. I mean,
Like
yeah.
Well, the problem is, you're almost paid off, and now it's just going to drain your wallet for more and more payment.
You're right, John. I'll be over to buy a car today. Okay. Thank you, John. Enjoy your day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you too. Bye.
Bye, John.
Hey, listen. We're just out there working, trying to make a living, trying to have more money left at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year, and it is frustrating. That's probably why Trump was elected. And I know what you were saying. Let me just say, when you say you can't run the country like a business, that's not to say that you can't treat things and be strict when it comes in strict business practices.
That I agree.
What you're saying though is that Trump can't say, no, this is what we're doing,
right,
and it ends there, because you have branches of government that are going to step in with checks and balances. You have Congress that has to be considered. We've already seen with the judiciary, it's not running the boardroom. That's what you meant by that.
I agree that there's you should adhere to strict.
I'm sticking up for you, Joe.
But the point is that what I'm waiting to see, and I think a lot of people are waiting to see, because he sent the message out that he wanted to get more money in the working man's pocket and he wanted to create jobs. The question is, you say it, and now we have to live it. We have to implement it.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm sitting here saying, all right, I know, because I've worked in government, so I want to see how he's going to do it.
Could be the greatest president of all time by the time it's all said and done.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, from my perspective, a lot of his policies make sense, but the question is the process by which he's going to implement those policies, and that's why I get concerned when I don't see.
I got calls coming in. 315-736-0186. We'll keep talking about this. I don't mind canceling a few things. Joe comes in and ambushes the show, hijacks everything.